Good morning, everyone. Happy Easter. We're in the Easter season, and in fact, not only the Easter season, but still in the Easter octave. Alam niyo kung anong octave? 8 days. So it's the 8th day since Easter Sunday. And the 8th day, as begun by Pope St. John Paul II, it is the Sunday of Divine Mercy. Kaya kita ninyo dito sa inyong kaliwa, you have the picture of Jesus. And that's so familiar, Divine Mercy. This is Divine Mercy Sunday because even in our readings, we would see how merciful the Lord is. This week, we were greeted by a shocking news. That's on Easter Monday. Pope Francis had died. Nawala na, no? And yumaon na si Pope Francis. And that, of course, is a shock for all of us. Why? Because he is our leader, visible leader in the Catholic Church. And it means a lot to us. Why? Because for us Filipinos, he has been close. He has had a great impact, especially when he came to visit us. And our first reading somehow is very similar to our experience of Pope Francis. Ano ba yung nabasa natin from the Acts of the Apostles? That people were gathered in a portion of the temple. Tapos a lot of men and women were carrying the sick out into the streets, laid them on the cots. Why? So that when Peter came by, his shadow could at least fall on one or another of them. Na pag dumaan yung kanyang shadow, they were hoping that they would be healed. I don't know who of you were present or have seen the Pope when he came to the Philippines. Meron ba? Tas ngayong kamay? Isang common experience when I ask you, ano yung naramdaman ninyo pag dumaraan siya? Dami no, Father, parang nawala yung mga problema ko, parang iba yung presence niya. And that is a grace. And it's a grace given even to the first disciples, even here, Peter. And so a large number of people came from towns in the vicinity of Jerusalem. They also gathered bringing the sick and those disturbed by unclean spirits, and they were all cured. It's God who cures. And it's a grace that He gives to people like our Holy Father. And so in this Holy Mass, let's continue praying for the repose of the soul of our Holy Father in case he needs our prayers. And we also pray that the Lord may give us a shepherd who would really be the face of Jesus or the church, one who would be the good shepherd in our times. Now, our gospel for today speaks of us of a lot of things. Ano yung nakasulat sa ating ebanghelyo? They were there, gathered on the first day of the week, and they were afraid. They were afraid, such that the doors were locked. Kailan tayo nagkukulong sa kwarto? When we do not want others from outside to come in. Kapag natatakot tayo. And here they were afraid, that's why the doors were locked. But then, in the midst of that situation, Jesus came. And what was His greeting? Peace be with you. Ano sa Hebrew yung peace be with you? Alam niyo ko ano? Shalom. Ulitin nga ninyo. Batiin nga ninyo yung katabi nyo. Shalom. Yan. If you go to Israel in these days, it's very common. They greet you with shalom. And shalom would be like, hello, hi, shalom. And sometimes because it's so common, parang it somehow is the danger of losing its meaning. Pero you know what? The meaning of shalom, of peace be with you when they greet you is, it's not only peace, but sana okay ka. Yung kabuuan ng sarili mo, your whole self is okay, is healthy. Yan yung shalom. And so when we greet each other with the sign of peace, it is actually that. Sana maging okay ka. The whole of yourself would be okay. That you be healthy, that you will be able to surmount difficulties. And that was the greeting of Jesus to his disciples. Peace be with you. That when we read this gospel, you hear it repeated at least 3 times. So he said, peace be with you. But not only that, it is at this point when he gave them the Holy Spirit. We read from the Gospel of John. At sabi nila, ito yung Pentecost sa Gospel of John. When we read about the Pentecost, it is usually from the Acts of the Apostles, when the Holy Spirit came down upon Mary and the Apostles. But here, it is Jesus himself giving the Spirit. This is the Pentecost in John. Receive the Holy Spirit. So it's not only a greeting of peace, but they are brought in that thought that the Holy Spirit is there. And indeed, Jesus gives the Holy Spirit to them. So, what do we get from this one? That first Easter evening, even though the disciples were locked behind closed doors, they were afraid, uncertain, and grieving, Jesus enters. But when Jesus entered, he did not condemn them. He gave them peace. Hindi niya pinagalitan. Hindi niya sinabon. Oh, ba't kayo nakakulong? But then, he talked to them with mercy. And John's gospel offers us this beautiful scene, not merely as a proof of the resurrection, but as something deeper, a revelation, na yung sambayanan ng Diyos, yung simbahan, it was born from this. It was born behind closed doors. Natulad nung tomb that could not contain him, these locked doors could not keep Jesus out. Alam niyo, many years ago, as a young priest, I think that was about 2009, 2010, I was about 8 years priest that time, 7 to 8 years priest. Nagmimisa ako every week, every Sunday. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. Narinig niyo na yung lugar na Narcom. Narinig niyo na, Narcom. Saan yung Narcom? Dun sa Bikutan. And yung Narcom na yun, it's a drug rehab center. Before, it was under the PNP, and then now it's under the DOH. But anyway, it is a place that had actual locked doors and barred windows, tight security. Nagmimisa pa nga ako ron, no? Simbang gabi. Pero alam niyo kung anong oras ng simbang gabi? 6:30 a.m. Bakit? Kasi hindi pwede mas maaga, baka may tumakas. No? O hindi pwede sa gabi, baka may tumakas. But anyway, I was saying Mass there regularly. And those Sunday Masses were experiences of liberation for the patients. So afterwards, I was transferred in terms of assignment. And then years later, one of these patients, ano na siya, no? Pagaling na, no? Already out of rehab, she messaged me through social media. No? And she wrote, I miss most were the Sunday Masses and the homilies. They gave us peace and hope. Ganda na sinabi niya, no? What I miss most were the Sunday Masses and the homilies. They gave us peace and hope. Na para sa akin, that was very ordinary that I was saying Mass. Pero para dun sa mga taong yun, it was an experience for them every time that they had Mass. The thought of those disciples behind closed doors came to my mind when I experienced that, when I received that message. They were not supposed, or they were not where they were supposed to be. Kasi here was Jesus already resurrected, and yet they were there hiding. They were supposed to preach the good news. And still Jesus came. And He breathed peace. He gave them the Holy Spirit. Tulad ng mga pasyente na yon that I encountered in NARCOM, who encountered Jesus in the Holy Mass. The disciples encountered Jesus. Not just the risen one, but as the merciful one who sends. Yung silid na yon, it was a room of fear, but it became the cradle of the church. And the breath of Jesus became the breath of the church, the Holy Spirit. Tapos ito yung sinabi niya, no? Whose sins you forgive are forgiven them, and whose sins you retain are retained. And this reminds us that mercy lies at the heart of the church's mission. Then we find the second part of the gospel. Sino yung apostle na narinig ninyo? Thomas. Thomas. At first, he was absent. Ewan ko sino yung madalas mag-absent dito, no? Kasi pag absent ka, marami kang di nalalaman. Okay? But Thomas was absent. And then later on, when he was already present, he was doubtful. And as I said, like many of us. But Jesus meets him too, not with scolding, but with an invitation. Pero siguro tingnan natin, para sincere yung puso ni Thomas in that doubt. Hindi siya kaagad naniwala. O may question ako sa inyo, no? Ano mas gusto nyo? Letter A. Nasabihin na, ay, itong taong ito, no? Referring to you. Itong taong ito'y hindi madaling maniwala. Letter A. Letter B. Ay, itong taong ito madaling maniwala. Okay, kuha nyo? Letter A, hindi madaling maniwala. Letter B, madaling maniwala. Sino sa inyo yung gustong description yung letter A? Ay, itong taong ito hindi madaling maniwala. Taas yung kamay. Ha? Hindi madaling maniwala. O yung pangalawa, itong taong ito madaling maniwala. Taas yung kamay. Mas gusto ba ninyo yun? O itong taong ito madaling maniwala. So ano gagawin nila pag madaling maniwala? Madaling lokohin, no? Di ba mas gusto natin hindi madaling maniwala? And in fact, ano yun, no? It's a positive thing. Hindi ka madaling maniwala, kaya because you still have to look at things scientifically, you still have to prove it. And therefore, he was sincere about it. Si Thomas, I have to see, I have to verify. Kundi, lolokohin ka lahat ng tao. Pero here, it was already Jesus in front of him. Pero hindi siya pinagalitan. Not with a scolding, but with an invitation. Sabi, put your finger here and see my hands, and bring your hand and put it into my side. And do not be unbelieving, but believe. And even now, dear friends, the risen Jesus enters our locked rooms of fear, guilt, or doubt. And He offers us peace. Pero ito yung sabi niya kay Thomas. Nung sinabi ni Thomas, my Lord and my God, Jesus said to him, have you come to believe because you have seen me? And here He speaks about us, about His future disciples. Blessed are those who have not seen and have believed. Merong mga tao yung kanilang motto, to see is to believe. Siguro, okay yun, no? Especially if you're a scientist. Pero you know, a greater motto is this. It's not to see is to believe, but to believe is to see. When we talk about Jesus, to believe is to see. Blessed are those who have not seen and have believed. Bakit tayo naniniwala kay Jesus? Kasi when we see our lives, para bang we are flying a kite. Tapos the sky is cloudy. We do not see the kite, but we're holding on to the string. Hindi ba natin nakikita yung kite, pero we know that it is there. Why? It's pulling, it's tugging our finger. Nandyan yung nandyan yung Panginoon. because the many events in our life point that there is the Lord. And that should not be taken away from us. I'd like to end with this thought. No? Narinig nyo na yung motto na ito? Dream, believe, survive. Saan yan? Starstruck. Okay. Dream, believe, survive. It's the journey of the apostles, the disciples of Jesus. Maybe they were dreaming of something, of a better life. Na naghahanap sila, sino yung pakikinggan natin? Sino yung susundan natin? And then they saw Jesus. Let's put our trust in this person. So they were dreaming. And they believed. At dito yung sinabi ng Panginoon, doubt no longer, but believe. And what do we see? Sabi, no? When we read about this, dun sa huli, these are written, sabi ni St. John, the evangelist, these are written that you may come to believe that Jesus is Christ, the Son of God, and that through this belief, you may have life in His name. And therefore, because we believe, then we will live. We will survive. But let's not talk just of surviving. Let's talk of persevering. Dream, believe, persevere. Persevere in faithfulness. Nag-uusap kami ni Brother John, no? Ewan ko napanood niyo 'yon, yung kanyang live show nung 2 days ago, no? In his program. And then we were talking about the resurrection. And then one of the things that we were saying, that we were affirming is, kung hindi tunay yung nangyari na resurrection, if Jesus did not really rise from the dead, wala na siguro tayo ngayon. But the fact that we continued persisting, we continued, quote-unquote, surviving, persevering, is because tunay yung muling pagkabuhay. May we bring this thought into our lives, na sana pag nakita tayo ng ibang tao, nakita nilang sumasampalataya tayo, then yung conclusion ay buhay ang ating Panginoon. May you bring Christ's resurrection to other people. God bless us all.